welcome back to what is our 50th episode. And only 9 investigators used so far. Not too bad, just the 5 fatalities. Well, they do say that Master Nyarlathotep is one of the most dangerous adventures out there, and it's proving to be the case. Let's get back to the action in Cairo and see what our brave investigators are up to now on Steady Rolling Man Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep.
So we join Jacob, Lucky, and Bert in the old city, emerging from the Shrine of Bast. You ascend the final steps of the narrow stone staircase, the air growing cooler as you emerge into the walled courtyard deep in the old city. The sun blazes somewhere above, but here, shielded by crumbling walls and overgrown lattice, the light is thin. The shadows are long. Dust hangs in the air. The scent of incense still clings to your clothes, mingling with the dry musk of old stone and something faintly animal. You step forward, boots crunching against broken tiles. Then you see her. A slender young woman moves across the courtyard with impossible grace, her bare feet silent on the stone. Her robe shimmers like oil in water, catching the dim light and ripples. Just before she vanishes beneath a collapsed archway, she turns. Her eyes meet yours. They are not human, golden, slitted, feline. And in that instant you hear it, not aloud, but inside your head, as if spoken from behind your thoughts. Thank you have atoned for your sacrilege. The words are gentle but final, a judgment passed, a debt paid. She disappears into shadow, and in her place, a black panther stands. It is massive, shoulder high, muscles coiled beneath a coat that drinks the light. It looks at you with the same eyes. Then, with a single bound, it leaps, clearing the high wall in a blur of shadow and silence. Gone. In fact, you can't help but think, as you peer around the silent courtyard, was it ever there at all? Okay, after leaving behind the Shrine of Bast, you have headed quickly away and back west towards the Nile, and the more built up, the newer part of the city. And you headed straight back to the museum, which is where Wilfred is waiting. Okay, so you are now inside the museum, back in Dr. Kafur's office. Dr. Kafur isn't there, but Wilfred is, planning your next move. Which, to remind you, you'd mentioned something. Well, I believe it was Thomas actually who mentioned that he had discovered the location of one Bassart.
Ah, yes. It was the
Oren Bassart.
Lives in the Street of Scorpions, wasn't it?
Indeed, yes.
Although I have no idea where that is.
Luckily, I do.
What was the reference to the red door? Was that
Just that was the address.
right? Do you know anything of Bessart in terms of what he's like?
And I only know him because I was asked to see if I could find out about him because you were asking after him. Just know that he worked for the original expedition.
I just wonder how forthcoming he's going to be.
Not at all. Not at all.
Depends how it was left, wasn't it? Maybe he was chucked off it and he really wanted to go on that. So he could be a man scorned. In which case, he might be happy to spill.
True.
We'll only know when we get there.
Well, he may be a cultist, or he may be just someone that they were using along the way. So we should be careful. And the fact that he's shown up again around the time that the other expeditions been hunting around, and people are looking for Neto Chris artifacts.
I was looking back at
maybe it's connected.
I was looking back at my notes, and there are precious few references to Bessart. I think we came across a letter from Bessart to Carlyle, referring to Carlyle being after knowledge of this land and its distant past, and to Faraz Najjar in the Street of Jackals in Cairo, having singular curios which Carlyle might wish to buy.
Which I believe is a one of the lines of inquiry that you followed up before everything went pear-shaped.
I think he was also in a photograph of the Carlyle expedition, and that We came across that chap at the mosque here who said that Bessart paid well for items. Other than that, I can't think of any other references to him.
That, just for clarity, that was Faraz Najjar.
Ah, okay.
I'd hate for all my efforts to go to waste, so maybe we go and pay him a visit. Best way to find out if you know something is to ask him.
I'd say the only way.
Again, just you might already remember this, but just something that Wilfred, you'd know this. That Warren Bessart was actually the agent, Roger Carlyle's agent. He was the one who actually organised the whole of the expedition from this side.
Described as a fixer, I think, wasn't he?
He was. Is.
Okay, so are you all going to head off out of the Egyptian Museum down back into the old city to the street of Scorpions?
Yeah, I think so.
Can we have a talk on the way about what are we going to try and achieve with Bessart? We want to find out what he knows about the Carlisle expedition, if we can. And is he likely to... he may have heard something about the Brotherhood's attempt to find some of these artefacts.
Well, if he organised the original expedition, it's entirely likely that he's a wrong un. Maybe he's got some involvement with the Clive expedition as well. So they'll ask him about both. He may know why the original expedition moved on when they did. I mean,
okay, you head outside.
If he's been in touch with the Penhew Foundation since, he's going to know who you are. I think his immediate reaction when he finds out your names might tell us how predisposed he is to help him.
It's coming up to midday, so fairly hot as you can imagine. The Street of Scorpions. Thomas, do I call you Thomas, Lucky, or Leech?
Call me Lucky, please. Call me Lucky.
Lucky, you know that the Street of Scorpions is about a mile and a half from here.
Yeah.
So, are you happy to walk that far, or are you going to take some other mode of take a
In
taxi?
this heat, I would suggest we take some form of transport.
Okay. You flag down a passing horse and carriage, and then head. Okay. Did you want to? Is there anything else you wanted to chat about, or you're just going to?
I don't think so. Is there?
No. Okay. So the horse and carriage leaves the more modern western part of the city, and again, it's soon within the labyrinthine old city. And it isn't long before you are disembarking at the Street of Scorpions. There are shops. There are hawkers. The street is pretty narrow, quite crowded. Not really any cars here, but more horse and carts, merchants' carts. So yeah, it seems like quite a poor area. You can see, so like a lot of children running around unattended. Just has a feel of being a bit of a kind of run-down part, even for the old city.
I'll leave you, gentlemen, to take the lead on this. I think you've probably got more to be asking him at this stage than I have.
I'm still not entirely sure what angle we really have to try and get information from him, but to perhaps play it by ear and watch him carefully when we introduce ourselves. See if there's any recognition there.
Yeah, you've only as it stands at the moment, you're just at the end of the Street of Scorpion, so you've not actually closer to him than that currently.
Where's this red door, Lucky?
Down this way. I'll lead them.
Okay. You're not 100% sure yourself where the red door is. You know where the Street of Scorpions is.
I'm looking for the one with the red door.
Yeah.
And I'm blagging it.
Wise words.
Of course I know where it is.
Can you make a spot roll, please? Just you, Lucky, at this stage.
Yeah, that's a pass. That is, in fact, a hard success.
Okay. You walk about a third of the way down this narrow, bustling street. When your keen eyes notice a faded red door that seems to lead into a clothing shop. You can see there are stands outside with lots of traditional Egyptian clothing, not particularly good quality. There's Arabic writing above the shop window that pronounces it the shop of Abu Udrey. And you, glancing around, you can't see any other doors that are this colour. It's faded, but it's definitely red.
I think this is the one.
You head towards the shop.
Yep.
Okay.
Doors shut. Any sign of activity? Any windows?
The door's open actually. Door's
Okay.
open. It's got like kind of beads, like a beaded curtain hanging across it, but the door itself is actually open. You're going to go inside.
I will step back and let Jacob or Bert go in first.
I'll go first. I'll push the curtain aside and walk through.
Okay. Push the curtain aside, walk through. It's quite
I'm
heavy
looking
smell.
up and down the road, by the way, see if we're being followed.
Okay. You don't see anybody or any particular signs of anything suspicious in the road outside. You pull aside the curtain, Jacob, and you're kind of hit with a bit of a waft of quite heavy incense. And the shop inside is quite gloomy and dim. You see there's a couple of customers in there, which there's also some outside, and there's a small, maybe late 60s, early 70s shopkeeper. He looks fairly old, wiry, balding man. He puts his hands together in front of his chest and smiles, kind of nods, just kind of gestures towards his clothes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is Mr. Bessart available?
Huh?
Warren Bessart.
He says something in Arabic. Can
Did I hear that?
speak? Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wilfred, have you gone in as well?
Yes, yeah, I'm
Right.
standing at the back.
Okay. So you're actually in the shop, are you?
I think we've all
Yeah.
gone in now, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, both Wilfred and Lucky, he basically says that he doesn't understand what you're saying. He can't speak English. Do you speak Arabic?
I'll nod to Wilfred, gesture for him to speak.
Yeah, I'll step forward and say, these gentlemen want to ask you some questions. I will translate for you.
He nods. He kind of furrows his brow and says, "They're not coming to buy clothes."
Maybe not. They are interested in someone.
I'm just a simple shopkeeper. What would I know?
No, I'll look to Jacob and Bert and say, he says he's a shopkeeper. He knows nothing.
Ask if he knows Bessart.
And I will translate.
Okay. Bear with me. Can I get everybody to roll percentiles for me, please?
55.
Okay.
34.
35. That's amazing. 33, 34, and 35. Between
Sorry,
Jacob and
55.
Phil Albert. That's hilarious.
He looks at you and just shrugs. Bessart. Just shakes his head.
I'll get some.
I'll step forward and go. We come from the Penhew Foundation. We were told that we could find him here. He should be wanting to speak to us. He has done business with us before.
I'll get a wad of money out and start counting it and see if he's interested. Just see if he starts looking at it.
Okay. His eyes kind of widen as he sees the notes. He says, he looks at the notes and says, "Do you wish to buy?"
I wish to know where Mr. Bessart might be found.
He turns to you and Lucky and says, "How much is that information worth?"
5 English pounds.
Okay. He again, his eyes widen and he nods and puts his hand out.
Jacob, £5, please.
Tell him this better be reliable information, or we'll be back. And I'll hand over the money.
Okay.
My friend is very grateful for the information that you are providing him. I shall translate that as.
He smiles and nods, and he says, "It's his pleasure to do business with honourable men." Then he turns and he basically just gestures with his head towards the back of the shop, and you can see the way that he's looking is what looks to be some sort of a dirty curtain which is drawn across an archway at the back of the shop.
I'll ask, just through there, is it all right for us to go through?
Yes, but you probably won't get much sense out of him.
Is he ill?
He's ill in the head.
How long has he been that way?
Ever since he came here a few months back, he's a raving lunatic
Well,
and a drug addict.
And why did he come to you?
He needed somewhere to hide, and he pays well.
where was he before he was here?
I do not ask questions.
Do you know who he's hiding from?
I don't know that either. It pays not to ask questions.
You're a wise man.
He nods.
Again,
Please be quick.
we will. Gentlemen, step through.
I'm going to go through the shop.
Have you translated all that for us?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'll say in English to Jacob. I'll say this whilst watching the shopkeeper. I'll say in English, if he's not telling us the truth, we'll shoot him on the way out and see if that gets any reaction from him.
Good idea. I got my 45 with me.
He doesn't. He doesn't react to that. So you get the impression that he actually genuinely doesn't really speak English.
Okay.
I'll nod and wink at Lucky.
Step through. At the very least, we can see what Bessart's got on him. That might give us a bit of information. Looks like he got on the wrong side of someone. El Shaktu?
He's seen some of the similar things to what we may have seen.
Or he was working for the Penhew Foundation and another sect, another faction went against him. From what I've heard, they were vying for control.
Okay, you push. Who's going to go through the curtain first?
I was going to go through last because I'm watching the shopkeeper.
I'll go first.
Yeah, I'll follow
Okay,
seconds.
Jacob, you push. You push through the curtain. Sweep the curtain aside, and you find yourself in a tiny back room, which is almost completely filled by a foul bed, 2 filthy cushions, and a worm-eaten low table. Sitting on the bed is a man who looks for all the world to be someone who would be living on the street. His hair is unkempt, as is his beard. His eyes are red-rimmed. He looks emaciated. He sits there. He has a hashish pipe, which he's continuously dragging on, and he seems to be like drifting in and out of consciousness. Actually, you almost feel sorry for him. He's a complete wreck, kind of shambolic-looking figure.
I've seen a photo of him from the Carlisle expedition. Is it
Yeah,
him?
he's far. Well, it's very difficult to say that because if it is him, he looks nothing like the figure that you saw on the photograph.
Has he noticed me as I've come in?
No, he's just he seems to be in a world of his own.
I go and sit next to him. Mr. Bessart.
You should not have come. That name, Bessart, I left it long ago.
Mr. Bessart, my name is Jacob Lockhart, and I've come a long way to see you. I'll look for any sign of recognition as I say my name.
Kind of look. His head quickly turns to look at you, and you see his bloodshot eyes. American.
That's right, Mr. Bessart, and I've come a long way to see you.
You should go, American. I buried the name Bessart long ago. I do not answer to it, not anymore. Bessart died with the others. Go, allez, before you remind me.
Mr. Bessart, I'm happy to leave you alone, but I do need to speak to you first, and perhaps once we've had a discussion, I can keep your secret and make sure your name isn't disclosed anywhere. When you say died with the others, are you referring to the Carlisle expedition?
To that name.
Did he go with them to Kenya? I talked over him, but I just said that to Jacob.
I think so.
Oh, I answer no questions. I do not wish to remember. They whisper when I remember. Ils me brandent dans la meuse. The stones, they listen. He takes a big drag on his pipe.
Were you there when the Carlisle expedition met its end?
Eternity to life. Eternity to life. Ding, dang, dong, dang. Ah! Do not let me go to sleep, my friend. The dreams, they come when I sleep. Ah! That name, I do not want to remember.
Is there anything around him? Has he got any personal effects or anything?
Like some kind of scuzzy clothes that are chucked around everywhere. His drug paraphernalia, but not
wallet
really
or anything?
not that you can see. Not anywhere that's visible currently.
It's been a long time since he was. He's been here a few months. You think how long ago the Carlisle expedition disappeared?
What happened to them, Mr. Bessart?
Do you want answers? You want the truth? Then pay the toll. He puts his hand beneath a pile of rags and pulls out a small tin box. He opens it and you see that it's empty, save for a crumpled scrap of foil and a broken matchstick. And he kind of shakes it as if he's hoping for something to be in there. I need it to forget, to speak without screaming. I have no money.
I'll take the tin and have a sniff. Can I tell what it is?
Opium, probably.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. He grabs hold of your hand, Jacob. And like you can feel his hand is really kind of clammy and sweaty. He says, "Give me enough to find the man in the alley, the one with the red hands. Then I'll talk. Otherwise, I'll stay silent like the tomb. So pay me or leave me, but don't ask me to remember for free."
I'll put some money in the tin, but I'm going to keep hold of the tin for the time being. Tell us, Mr. Bessart, what happened to the Carlisle expedition?
Je vous trompe de choses. Je vous trompe de choses. Does anybody speak French?
Yes, a bit.
Okay. I have seen too many things.
I should translate that for everybody.
He puts his hand back out again for the, please give it to me. Your questions are the important.
They are important, Mr. Bessart. If I give you this, will you tell us?
Oui.
Well, then I'll trust you and hold you to your word, Mr. Bessart. Here you are. What happened to the Carlisle expedition?
Your questions, they are important. C'est très important that I smoke the rest of this pipe. He just takes a massive drag on it and leans back on the bed. The question is important. Yeah. Ne posez pas de question. Ne posez pas de question. Je ne suis qu'un fou. I am just a mad old man.
I'm going to go over and I'm going to lean into him and whisper, Bessant, I've got something here that will make you sleep for a long time. I know you don't like the idea of sleeping because of fear of what's in your dreams. Unless you tell us what we need to know right away, I'm going to give it to you and you're going to sleep for days. Just imagine what that's going to be like. Best start talking, fella.
He looks at you. I do not care for you or your threats.
I don't rightly care for you either, but I know you don't want to sleep.
No. When I sleep, the dreams they come. Please, do not let me. He grabs over your hand. Do not, and starts shaking. I do not wish to sleep.
We'll keep you awake. Keep you awake as long as you like. Just tell us what we need to know.
We'll have a conversation, Mr. Bessart. That will keep you awake. Tell us, what happened to the expedition?
The expedition. Yes. What happened to it? Who are you? Why do you come asking questions?
As I said, Mr. Bessart, my name's Jacob Lockhart, and I dearly want to find out what happened to the Carlisle expedition.
As too many.
Why did they go to Africa?
I do not, nor do I care. It was all a long time ago. I am no longer that person.
Did you go with them to Africa?
No, I did not. I stayed here. If you come, you want answers? I will give you answers. He sits up and composes himself. You've given him the box, haven't you? With the money in it. He kind of tucks that away. I will tell you what I know after you have joined me for a pipe. How say you?
Well, why ever not? It's very hospitable of you, Mr. Bessart.
Hospitable of me. Well, yeah. A lawyer contacted me, must have been 5-6 years ago. January, maybe February. I agreed to act as purchasing agent for Mr. Roger Carlyle, a wealthy American. On written instructions from Mr. Carlyle, I purchased certain artifacts from Faraz Najar, an antiquities dealer. I illegally shipped them out of Egypt to the Penhu Foundation in London. That was early April, I think. So they'd be there for when they got to New York. I know the artifacts were ancient, but nothing. When they came here, the Carlisle expedition, in May was it, I met them and arranged for all their equipment and permits. No small task outfitting an expedition of that size. They invited me to travel with them in case there were any local difficulties. Their main site was at Dashur, in the area of the Bent Pyramid. One day at Dashur, Jack Brady came to me and told me that Carlisle, Miss Masters, Sir Aubrey and Dr. Houston had entered the Bent Pyramid and had vanished. Brady was up in arms and suspected foul play, since the diggers had already fled the site and work had come to a standstill. We did not know what to do, so we drank, and then we drank some more. Drinks. Oh, well.
Did you see them again after they disappeared, Mr. Bessart? What next?
The next morning, Carlisle and the others reappeared. They were excited by some tremendous find, but what it was they would not say, nor did I learn, for Sir Aubrey was a fiend for secrecy. All of them had changed in some inexplicable way, and not for the better. I did not ask further. That evening an old Egyptian woman visited me. She said that her son had been one of the diggers. She said the diggers had fled because Carlisle and the others had consorted with an ancient evil, the messenger of the Black Wind. She said that she could recognize that the souls of the Europeans, save for Brady and myself, were lost. If I wanted proof, I should go to the pyramid at Giza, the night before the dark of the moon, at the time when the moon is slimmest. God help me, I went. Alayamini. He takes another big draw on his pipe, kind of settles back, almost falling into sleep again. Please do not let me sleep.
Tell us what you saw at the pyramid at Giza.
I took one of the trucks, pretending to leave for a night in the pleasure quarter of Cairo, but instead I drove straight to Giza and secreted myself where she advised. There, in the midnight blackness, I saw Carlisle and the others disport themselves in obscene rituals with 100 madmen. The very desert came alive, crawling and undulating towards the ruins of the pyramid. To my horror, the stone ruins themselves became a skeletal, bulging-eyed thing. Strange creatures emerged from the sand, grasped the dancing celebrants, and, one by one, tore out their throats, killing all until only the Europeans and one other robed celebrant remained. Oh, Allah, protect me. God, protect me. I should not have gone. Should not have gone.
Did you see who the robed celebrant was?
I could not see her face, for it was a woman, I am sure. If I had to guess, I'd say it was Bonet, an African woman whom Robert Carlyle was obsessed. It was she who had put together the expedition in the first place. You have not heard the worst of it yet. No, you have not. You can see his hand start trembling. It came, Sevenet de Sable, not walking, no, Yasaf. It slithered, it rose, big as an elephant, but wrong. Kamsaruas, 5 heads, shaggy, twitching, each one snarling in a different tongue. He grips the edge of his table. You can see his knuckles are white. I saw it! Wallahi, I saw it! It rose up, casting no shadow, and then, La Festine, it fed. It did not chew, it did not tear. It swallowed all of them, all the corpses. Kalaham, one great ravening and soul souffle de mort. The sands turned red, the air turned black, and the wind, Ali ala Sawada, it howled like a choir of the damned. He starts rocking backwards and forwards now. Only 5 remained. Comes a cat standing, breathing amidst the stench, the blood, the silence. Carlyle, Masters, Houston, Sir Aubrey, and the robed one. He's just rocking backwards and forwards now.
And how did it end, Mr. Bessart?
He looks at you and he's got tears running down his face. I was gone, party. Not dead, not living, just adrift. The man found me in the dunes, skin cracked, eyes empty. His mother, la belle femme woman de cell. She fed me dates and silence. For 2 years I was a shadow in their home. I did not speak. I did not dream I was safe. But Cairo called me back. Al-Qahira, the city of victory, yes. No, not for me. I returned and the dreams returned with me. Il Vianon, La Winnie, always the same. Sand, blood, the 5 heads, the swallowing. I wake screaming. Only les drugs help. I hear the chanting. I smell the rot. There is no hope. Not for me. Not for you. Il est revenu. The black pharaoh walks again. He starts crying. Oh, I would be dead if it was not for her. Maybe I would be better, for this is no life. Thank you, sweet Nuri, for saving me, but you do not know what you did. There, I have told you it all.
Thank you, Mr. Bessart. That can't have been easy to share with us.
It was not easy.
And you saw nothing of them after that night, is that right?
I was no longer here. I had been taken. I stayed in Kama for more than 3 years. I was their guest. Blessed Nuri, she saved me. I do not wish to see or hear the name Carlyle ever again. Be warned. Arimal Lasat Mayeta Inaha Tatarak Watarakib. Sands are alive. They move and they watch. Alayamini. He takes another big drag on his pipe, and this time he's kind of now leaning up against the wall in a semi-conscious state. The pipe is now empty.
Oh, look at the others. You think we're going to get any more from him?
I doubt it.
Think you
Who
might
would have
know?
thought? Sorry, go on.
Think you may know anything about the girdle? He helped source things for Carlisle's expedition, but that was through
maybe.
Charles, wasn't it?
And the necklace. You might have known about the necklace.
And the
Well, maybe he knows about the scorpion. Maybe it's a name that he's heard.
Is he completely out of it? Or?
No, he's kind of still. I have told you all I know, yet you remain here.
Do you know
Please
of the Do you know of the scorpion, Mr. Bessart?
Of course, I know of the scorpion. Why you ask such a strange question?
A man, not the creature.
Someone who might deal or have knowledge of ancient artifacts.
Goes also by the name of Al-Akrab, which is the scorpion.
No, I have not heard that name.
And in your search for artifacts for Carlyle and for others, have you ever come across the necklace of Nitocris, or the girdle of Nitocris?
Oh, Grace. The crown of Nitocris. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Faraz Najar, he sourced that for me, for Mr. Carlyle.
So Carlyle has the crown.
But he is no king or queen. He's not.
Was Carlyle after anything else? Was he trying to source any other artifacts?
He's after everything. Now, Ale, I have answered your questions. I have told you everything I know. I will need to visit the man with that at hand. Please, for your own sake, do not get involved in these things. He stands up like kind of quite wobbly.
We know
Take the
where he
word
is.
of an old man. Ah, you are? What did you say?
We know. I was talking to the others. We know where he is if we need to speak to him again. Leave him be.
We'll take our leave of you now, Mr. Bessart. Thank you. You've been most helpful.
It was a pleasure. Okay, you going to go out?
He said 5 survived. Carlyle, Masters, Aubrey, the robed one, and him, or was there another?
There was another one. I'm not sure I caught it. Was it Heston or
He-
Houston?
Houston.
Houston.
Oh, Dr. Robert Huston. He's the psychologist.
Ah,
Okay, you're back outside in the Street of Scorpions now, in the unrelenting heat of Cairo.
Kills me to think that I may end up like that. He's clearly seen some horrific things.
well, we all have. And we may yet see worse. Sounds like Booney is pretty significant.
And she was with Carlyle in New York. Is that correct?
Sounds like she was the leader of the whole thing, organised it, used Carlyle as a bit of a patsy, get the funding.
Carlyle was certainly reported to be in her thrall.
Literally or metaphorically.
I don't think there's anything supernatural about this, but I might be misjudging it.
Female wiles, you think, Bit?
Where are you going to head now? Back to the museum? Or?
Back to the museum. It's
Okay.
safe as it goes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm getting a little bit lost, gents. There's bits I know about based on what I found out whilst observing you and what's already been shared. Have you got any notes or anything or things you can share to get me and Mr. Hassan up to speed?
Well, I can have my notes back at the hotel.
Would you mind sharing?
No, of course.
Okay.
You may see patterns that don't immediately spring to mind if you were in it. Anyway, let's head back.
Okay,
I can
you head
certainly
back.
continue.
You take a horse taxi cab back to the Egyptian Museum, which on a Monday, which is what the date is today, Monday the 16th of March, is pretty busy. So you head in through the entrance, crowds of people. Presumably you're just going to head back down to Kafor's office.
Yeah.
And if he's busy, we could send
Yeah, he's not there
further
again.
into my workroom.
Okay. Yeah, Dr. Kafor, he's gone. He's not there. So you go through to your room.
Fewer windows here, safer from those evil creatures.
That.
Indeed.
You can quickly check his itinerary, Wilfred, and you see that he's got a meeting with the Department of Antiquities, which is the Egyptian Antiquities Service, which is basically the part of the government that deals with archaeological finds, etc. So it's not unusual for him to be out, is what I'm trying to say. In case anybody was worried about him. Okay, so seated in your office around a rather large table.
You're not in Roll20, Adam.
My computer
Sorry?
turned off. My laptop went to sleep.
Yeah.
Back in now. Yes, so gentlemen, I have had briefest of looks at the artifacts that you brought and some of the tomes, and I will continue my work on these. But as my friend Lucky here was saying, it's the breadcrumbs following the trail of the expedition. What they did and where they went, it is perhaps the biggest mystery.
Suspect those are maybe footsteps we don't want to follow, given what we've just heard from Bessar.
Indeed.
Sounds dangerous.
Has that told us anything new? Anything useful?
It's rather reframed Carlyle and his companions in my mind. I'd rather sort of had them in the innocent victims camp until now, when they were killed. Seems like I may have it may be entirely the opposite.
Well, when people encounter things, they can turn one or two ways. They can run from it or they can lean into it. Maybe they leaned into it.
Well, it certainly sounds like they did from what Bessart said.
Maybe they were not themselves. Their minds have been taken over by this evil spirit.
Doesn't really matter either way, does it?
No, it's just
They're on the other side now.
We've had cause to kill those who have fallen into the darkness, and I do wonder whether that may be what happened to Carlyle.
It does sound as if they were not working directly with the Brotherhood, more operating on their own.
We still don't know.
Shall we take that as a good thing?
Well, is that not follow the pattern that you were following in London? The whole Misa House thing? That was another faction, wasn't it? They weren't working with the Brotherhood here. They were followers, but they weren't together. Or am I misunderstanding the relationship?
Bruno
Perhaps if-
may have had connections with the wider organisation.
Well,
Seemed to have
I don't think... I haven't heard anything about a relationship between the Penhew Foundation and El Shakti. Does that suggest that we're not working together?
Although El Shakti did fund the Clive expedition, he was the mysterious benefactor, and Penhew Foundation was the other backer. But whether they were related or the money came directly to Clive, and he hadn't informed both parties, that is a possibility.
rivals seeking similar prizes.
And if it sounds as though Carlyle had the crown, the necklace was stolen, perhaps that is in the hands of the Brotherhood. The girdle remains unclaimed. A suspicion on my part.
Well, we'd planned 3 things. One was to return the scrolls, the other was to see Bessart, and the third was to find the scorpion and the girdle.
Well, we know where the crown is, but on the plus side, that means it means El Shakti hasn't got it.
Well, do we know where the crown is? We know Carlyle had it, but whoever killed him may have killed him for the crown or retrieved
It'd
the
be hard
crown.
to recover, isn't it? One way or
Just to put it in time context, you know that the crown was sold by Bessart, or given to Bessart before they even got over to Egypt.
Yeah.
So it would be quite possible to assume that they would actually have had the crown, the Carlisle expedition, when they came over. As to what happened to it after that, you obviously don't know.
I suspect the crown would have been used in whatever ritual Bessart described.
Yes.
I don't think all of them are needed together.
What, you think they had them all for that ceremony?
No. I mean, you said the crown was using that.
Right. I see what you mean.
Crown, but I thought that alone they weren't that much scratch, but they had to be the 3 of them to be powerful.
It sounds like each one of them's powerful in its own right, and all 3 of them together is
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Do we have any means of finding this scorpion?
Yeah. Question is, who's he working for? El Shakti?
So Al Shakti has been, we think, funding the Clive expedition. Where have the Clive expedition been searching? That wasn't Darshore, was it?
Yep.
So what, in the same location as the Carlisle expedition?
Yeah, then they moved on. Once they found the mummy that was then stolen.
Yeah, again, sorry, I know that was in Giza.
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
My notes are all over the place.
Yeah, they were in Giza to start with, which is where they.
Yes, sorry.
That's where my Serenus's pyramid is.
Yeah. Digging in Giza, recovered a mummy from the smallest pyramid. Nitocris. Mummy was stolen. Expedition then moved to Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
So they haven't actually been to. I'm going to redraw a map.
If you look on Roll20, you can
There is a map.
See, at the very bottom. See Darshore right at the bottom, and you've got Giza about halfway up.
Yeah, that's all right. I've actually written down dig sites: Giza, Saqqara, Dashur, success, then abandoned. Astonishing find. So that's the Carlisle expedition did Giza, then Saqqara, then Dashur, whereas the Clive expedition did Giza and then went to Memphis. So they found something that the Carlisle expedition didn't.
So the Clive expedition didn't go as far down as Dashur. They only went to Memphis. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that the Clive expedition basically spent most of their time at Giza and then went down to Memphis after the mummy got stolen.
Yes, they're basically kicked out of Giza.
Just coming back. Sorry.
That's right. With the Carlisle expedition, spent a little bit of time at Giza and a little bit of time at the other 2 sites, but more time at Dashur.
So the Carlisle expedition had the crown before they set foot in Egypt, but according to Bessart, they were excited about finding something at the Bent Pyramid.
Dashur, the Bent Pyramid is Dashur, yes.
So what?
Yeah.
What did they find? We don't know.
Did they find another of the artifacts? We know it can't have been the crown if they had that
well,
already.
It can't have been the
girdle.
the girdle, because that's being looked at around here, and it can't have been the necklace either, because that's already been stolen years back. So they wouldn't have found it in a tomb. So there's something else.
Mm.
And the live expedition are currently still digging at Memphis.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. Oops. So when Queen Nyarlathotep was buried, her necklace, girdle, and crown were
They weren't with her.
scattered across the country?
I think we can assume
Yeah,
that.
they were. Yeah. That's
They
what
deliberately
you
separated elsewhere to keep them apart.
So maybe the Clive expedition is now working for our Shakti, even though they're originally working for Penhew. Because if what you said was right, then our Shakti's been talking to them.
Chances are whoever killed the Carlisle expedition.
Are you
whatever-
sure that the Carlisle expedition are all dead?
Well, possibly not. Hmm.
We never absolutely. We don't know for certain that any of them are dead, do we? Not completely certain.
No,
because
it could have been
from
entirely
what I
fake.
when I was reading the reports at the time, the bodies were unidentifiable, weren't they?
Yeah, that's my understanding.
So could have been
Well, that
anybody.
would mean either the Carlisle expedition or the are still alive and presumably would still have at least the crown, or alternatively they are dead and whoever killed them now
Has
has
got
the
it.
crown.
Yeah. So maybe there's another sect operating in Kenya, separate from Al Shakti's mob.
Well, that'd be the
Can I
bloody
get
tongue.
Wilfred? Can you make a just give me a D20 a percentile roll, please? Cool. Thanks.
Right.
Carry on.
Yeah, they've identified that we're talking crap.
Yeah, his identified crap skill was not quite good enough.
With that role, he's only barely identified that we're talking.
23 is not bad.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Okay.
Scale's 22, though.
Mm.
Oh, this is all very interesting.
Well, we don't really want to follow in their footsteps to find what they found, in case we find it.
Yeah.
We descend into the
Careful what you wish for.
underground passageways and the hidden city. We get the answers, but we may not come out.
Well, we won't get any answers, will we? Because they've found everything that's to be found there. What we want to do is find them, because they're carrying the things that we need to take off them. Because if they've got the crown, we need the crown.
Yeah.
If Al Shakti or someone else has got the necklace or the girdle, they haven't got the girdle yet, that's missing. We try and find that. There's 3 things that we need.
There's
The
4.
girdle.
There's
Well.
the mummy. Then
Well, we'll leave the mummy till last day.
But
yeah,
the
you're
mummy
right.
the mummy's the key, isn't it? That's what all these items are for. Isn't it to bring her back?
Well, I
Bring her back.
suppose yeah, but yeah, fair point.
So, for us, finding the girdle has to be the priority, because we're not going to easily get the necklace if the Brotherhood, if Al Shakti has got the necklace. And if the crown is
So
with Shakti or if it's in Kenya.
So we're suggesting then that because the Scorpion's trying to hunt down the girdle's still in play, and it'll be the easiest thing for us to try and find, because there'll be, in all likelihood, less people protecting it. So is that our priority then? Try and find the girdle. To find the first port of call will be trying to find the Scorpion.
Yep.
Makes sense.
That's what we had on our list.
Well, it's good to know that we're consistent, at least, in our decision making.
It's all well and good to say that's what we need to do, but
Where do we start?
where?
Let me have a think, and I'll cross over to one of my shelves and start leafing through a book.
Well, there are 2 routes, aren't there? There is find the Scorpion and try and find the girdle that way, or assume the girdle is wherever it's been for centuries and try and find it.
Well, I think that's
Through the
probably
books.
the way to go, because if the Scorpion's looking for it, it means he doesn't know where it is. So we find him, we're no further on. So we just have to find it before him, so we have to be smarter. And we've got Wilfred's knowledge. Hopefully he's got something useful in the books, might give us an indication of where we might find the girdle. So we'll use his expertise to beat the Scorpion at his own game.
Happy with
Just-
that, Wilfred?
Sorry, you were saying?
Happy with that, Wilfred? It's all on
Yes,
you.
yes, I'm sure. Oh,
Anything we can do to help, Wilfred, set us to work. If you've got books that you think might have references to the girdle in it, maybe we can help. Give us a starting point.
Okay, so is your plan then to spend the rest of today, well, as long as it's needed, basically looking through all of the old lore that Wilfred has access to, trying to find some reference to the girdle of Nitocris?
Yes, I think there's going to be lots of library use roles.
Great. It's proper Cthulhu, that is.
Yep.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, I want to shoot all the books.
Okay, that sounds like a plan then. There's plenty of ancient tomes around here to be referencing, so
Sounds like an eminently sensible plan. I'm quite alarmed by it.
yeah, it is very sensible. Can you make a library use roll first, Wilfred, please?
This is where we crash and burn, isn't it?
5.
Okay.
Which is-
What is that?
It's a normal success.
Okay, thank you. So the rest of you guys can all roll simultaneously.
Ordinary success for Jacob.
Fail for me.
Whoever rolled the d20 needs to.
That was me.
That's deliberate.
Well, you got 19.
As a result, I've succeeded.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to
you
try that
don't
in
manage-
future and just roll a
you-
d4 every time.
You don't manage to find anything, but you do hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
so-
you had to wait till I said shoot the books.
Okay. So you spend a good few hours, 2 or 3 hours. Well, I say 3 hours. But the vast majority of the rest of the afternoon, searching through the dusty tomes that exist in the library of the unseen library of the Egyptian Museum. But sadly, none of you managed to locate any reference to the girdle of Nitocris.
However, gentlemen, I do have a summary.
You have a what, sorry?
A quick summary of the history of Queen Nitocris, the pyramids, and their significance.
Well, that would be a bit of
So you
background
may
always
know
helps,
before
doesn't it?
I'll flick through one of my notebooks. Here it is. So for many years, the Black Pharaoh fought with Zosa's successors of the Third Dynasty for control of the land. So great was the power of the Black Pharaoh that none of them now remains. No record at all. For a time, Neferkar ruled the Nile and its people. At last, Sneferu rose and founded the Fourth Dynasty with the aid of the goddess Isis, thwarted the evil magic and slew Neferkar. Remarkably, a pyramid was built at Medum by Sneferu's command to contain the sorcerer's body. And the good Dr. Kafur has speculated that this perhaps is what insulated Egypt from the potent magic within the corpse. But the pyramid at Medum collapsed. We do not know why. But a second that was already under construction was hurriedly repurposed. And it is this second pyramid at Dashur, known as the Bent Pyramid, they used for Neferkar's body. Records imply that Neferkar's corpse was removed from Edom and placed within the Bent Pyramid, but exploration of the site since has discovered no trace, despite rumours of a hidden chamber within. Another pyramid at Dashur, the Red Pyramid, is also attributed to Sneferu, and this pyramid is said to guard Dashur, lest Neferkar rise from the dead. Does that sound familiar?
Yes. I've heard that tale before.
That is why they have gone to Dashur, to find the body of Neferkar, but also to remove the guard. So do we mount our own expedition to Darfur?
To what end? Other than to die a horrendous death.
Look through my notebooks again.
Let them find stuff, and then we'll take it from them. I don't think that changes anything, does it? We still need to find out where the girdle is. The girdle's the easiest route to throw a spanner in the works. Once we've got possession of that, we can start trying to take the other things from it. Hell, if we can destroy that, then maybe that slows them down indefinitely. We just need to get smarter about thinking where the girdle might be.
Dr. Kafur be able to assist. He presumably knows this library better than anyone.
Yes, and there are some notes that he made for me a couple of months ago.
Okay, so
Can we push a library use roll by forcing Dr. Kafur to work day and night?
well, I was just about to say that you if you want to spend a lot more time, i.e., waste the rest of today potentially, and work into the night, then you can do that.
Yes.
Doesn't feel like a waste. I think we should
Yeah.
Well,
knuckle
it's our-
down.
It's
And when I
our,
say we,
it's our
I mean
primary route of investigation, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
And my money is on Bert stumbling across it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when I say
Okay.
we should knuckle down, I definitely mean you should knuckle down.
Oh, yeah, well.
So if you're happy, if you're gonna spend the rest of today, the evening, and into the early hours, however long it takes to basically exhaust all sources to re-go over everything, all the old scrolls, books, everything that you've.
Yeah. What did we miss?
Okay.
Some notes I have here may assist this further search.
Does it say the girdle may be found at?
Not quite. Just
Share
more
with-
information about what happened after Sneferu defeated the Black Pharaoh. Upon his triumph, he ordered all traces of the Black Pharaoh stricken from the land. But nevertheless, the worshippers of the Black Pharaoh remained and schemed for the evil one's return. In time, the worshippers were driven south, out of Egypt, and into the hideous swamps beyond the Sudan. In the 6th dynasty, cruel Queen Nyarlathotep was thought to be in league with a new cult of the Black Pharaoh. The proof of this is subjective, it's speculative. Dr. Kafor has believed it to be true, and he's casually mentioned to me before the name of the Black Pharaoh is sometimes called Nyarlathotep. And it is written that man-like but inhuman worshippers of the Black Pharaoh were said to lurk underground in the deserts, occasionally waylaying innocent passers-by. But importantly, and this may be of use to us, the Great Sphinx at Giza is said to have had an important function in the hideous rituals of Queen Nyarlathotep. Maybe there.
Can you give us
Find
a
the girdle.
summary of the summary, Wilfred?
It links in with the expedition to Kenya. There's another sect worshipping the Black Pharaoh who went to Kenya, that emerged in Kenya, south of Sudan.
So that tells us
But
that
that it's in.
we knew they were going down there to find more. Does that
Mm.
help us with the location of you telling us that you think maybe the item we're looking for is in Kenya, not here at all?
Possibly, but I think we should explore more about the link with the Great Sphinx first, as it is here in Egypt, and where better. Maybe we start here.
So you're thinking that we concentrate our investigations on anything related to the Sphinx and
Queen Nyarlathotep,
and the girdle.
Sphinx.
So is you think the girdle's hidden near the Sphinx?
I don't know for sure. It could be, but maybe if we learn more.
Well, if that's the case, then shouldn't we be talking to that
Dr.
Martin Winfield?
Where's who?
Where is he? He's a friend of that Van Hoevlem guy, is he not?
Yeah, where do we find him?
He's at the with the Clive
Memphis.
expedition, isn't he? He's in Memphis.
Memphis.
Well, that's I'd rather not go disturbing them just yet. Let's do all we can here first, and then if we get no joy, then maybe we ask him. I suppose old Van Hoevlem's not going to be too happy talking to you to get word to Winfield.
No, I think we've burnt that bridge.
No, hit the books then, lads.
Okay, hit the books. Right, so you start to burn the candle at both ends, and as the museum empties and the staff all leave, it leaves you secreted away in the vaults of the Egyptian Museum, leafing through numerous texts. Okay, so let's go for a library roll for Wilfred.
Willie, as I'm going to call him from now on.
53. Almost
Okay.
success.
How do you want to be referred to, Wilfred? Wilf? Hassan? Mr. Hassan? Wilfred?
However you feel comfortable.
Sorry?
However you feel comfortable. Happy with Wilfred? Happy with Will? Wilf?
Wilf.
Wilf it is.
We're all friends here, we'll call you Wilf.
Okay, right. Everybody else.
That's a fail for me.
Boom!
Oh, lucky.
Don't call me lucky for nothing. 7.
Lucky 7.
Lucky Leech. Okay. What type of success is that?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm rubbish with library use, so it's a hard success.
Oh, it's a hard success there. Yeah.
Yeah, not an extreme success, just a hard
Oh.
success.
Okay. Okay, so it's the early hours of the morning, when the rest of you have almost given up, or almost like falling asleep over the books. When Lucky strikes Lucky.
I do. Wolf, come and look at this. This.
I'll shake my head and wake myself and rush over.
The note
What?
here says something about a girdle of the night. It was found by someone called Ulama around the late 1800s and taken to his mosque in Cairo to be guarded against the evil ones.
The Ulama is the name of. That's what his actual. He
An
is.
Ulama, not his name.
yeah.
Sorry, a learned scholar of Islam by An Ulama. Sorry, my Arabic is not perfect. An Ulama. So it's in one of the mosques. Aha. I seem to remember when I was watching the activities of the Brotherhood that they were taking an interest in a mosque that is no longer a mosque. That must be what they're looking for.
So it's not used for regular worship anymore?
No.
What is it used for?
Is it a school? Is it a library? I can't remember. Oh, is it a hospital? Is it a hospital now, Darren?
Hospital.
I can't remember.
From your surveillance, you recollect that it's a hospital for mental asylum.
There's been lots of activity around there. They're watching it. So it may be hidden somewhere. One would suspect the obvious place to hide it would be in the cellar, catacombs, crypts.
I think it's been forgotten about, or whether someone is guarding it and using the hospital as a front.
Yeah, well, if it was taken just by this scholar and hidden, I'm not aware of any protectors or organisations such as that of which your previous companions were part, operating in Cairo. But that does not mean that there aren't any. Perhaps we should investigate.
We could try.
The hospital's called Ibn Tulan. Now, there's two ways we could get in there: up front or quiet. Doubt they'd let us roam around digging things up if we introduce ourselves. So we may want to take a visit through the less obvious route. A bit sneaky.
We can try.
How far is it?
Let me check the map.
It's not actually that far from the Street of Scorpions. It's about, so it'll be about shy of about a mile and a half from the museum.
Time now?
About 1 o'clock in the morning.
Perfect.
Not really, because you're absolutely knackered.
We've been reading all day.
Yeah, I mean, you seem to be quite sprightly, Lucky, because of the adrenaline rush of finding this, but the other three just look absolutely knackered.
What do you want to do, gents?
What kind of mental hospital is it? Is it the sort of hospital one could book oneself in for I don't know.
I've never really had too much
sanatorium.
cause to investigate its entrance policy, let's put it that way. So I don't rightly know. But I'm sure if you book yourself in, they're not going to be letting you roam around. I think the only way to get a good look is to go in on the quiet. Hope we get lucky.
If they start taking your money, they will not let you out again.
Got to remember as well, it's being watched. So if we go in through the front door, they'll see us.
It's going to be like looking for a needle in a haystack. Is there anywhere where we can narrow the search?
Well, don't know. Maybe some additional. Now that we've got a starting point, maybe we can find out a little bit more information about the mosque itself. Whether there's any references in any of the books about how it's developed over the years, who used it.
And
so, if it was taken there in the late 1800s, so we're only talking 30, 40 years. So, anything recent, or I mean, maybe there'll be something in the papers. Go check the archives. If the books we've got here are all too old and musty,
we need something a bit more civic, don't we?
Well, yeah.
So
I'll be surprised if there's going to be
building plans.
Building plans anywhere. Yeah, it's an old building. They wouldn't have exactly have to put in planning permission.
Yes, and would
Perhaps
the
a bit of
mosque need-
historical research about the mosque then.
Well, this is the Cairo Museum. There's going to be information about the history of Cairo and the mosques in it. That would be an obvious place to look. Say, looking directly at Wilf.
Yes, I can certainly direct you to the section dealing with the religious history of the city.
Well,
you can see what is there.
you lot all done in.
Mm.
Wilf, if you point me in the direction of the books, I'll see what I can find.
I'm also
Okay,
thinking about your health, Lucky. Maybe you need a rest, same as us.
Perhaps it's a
You want
job
to be
for the
fresh
morning.
tomorrow.
I'm fine, thanks. If you can get me a coffee, that would be enough. Or just point me to where you brew it, and I'll make my own.
Well, they should have something in the antechamber attached to Dr. Kapoor's office.
I'll go and find somewhere to make myself a lovely thick Egyptian coffee.
Okay. So the rest of you, so you're bearing in mind that you are like a 40-minute ride or 40-minute drive from your hotel. What are you doing? Are you just going to crash here for tonight?
I'm thinking that it wouldn't be realistic for there to be a small bed in Wilf's office, but that would just be one.
There won't be a bed, but you might.
Or
There's going to be
a
blankets and
a
stuff.
sofa.
Like, in the whole of the museum, there's going to be sofas and stuff that you could probably dip on for one night.
I think we should stay together. Either all return to the hotel or all stay here.
Well, I think you're at risk going back to the hotel.
Well, let's crash out here. It's late.
Okay. So you're going to find like a foyer to crash out where there are some sofas. You can all stay in the same room, but you're going to leave Lucky just to see if he can push his luck a little bit further. Okay. Make me a roll then, please. See whether you can find anything else out.
Oh, yes, that's a success, but just a regular success.
Okay. We find some information about the Mosque of Ibn Tulun. It's about half a mile due west of the Citadel of Saladin, near to the Ezbekia Gardens. It's the oldest complete mosque in the city of Cairo. It's a traditional mosque with the internal courtyard imitating Muhammad's house in Medina, where the great prophet first taught. Has so it has a high wall around its court. In the middle of the 19th century, it was converted into an asylum for the infirm and insane, rather than a place of worship. And it's still run now by religious scholars of Allah, who are... So it's not only an asylum, but they also offer treatment to any who have any mental illnesses. And it is now called something different. It's now called Beit al-Ruh, Baytalruh, and it means House of the Soul.
Bayt.
Bayt, then Al
Al.
-Ruh, Beit al-Ruh.
Okay, got it.
And the Nazir, so the head scholar, is currently a man by the name of Ahmed al-Dahabi. Ahmed for Ahmed.
Yeah.
And his surname is spelled Al-D Ahahbi. Dahabi. Ahmed al-Dahabi. But that's pretty much what you can find out of any marginal interest.
He's the what was
It's
his
called the Nazir. Nazir Ahmed al-Dahabi.
Okay.
But then sleep begins to overtake you, and that's as much as you can. You're basically exhausted. You feel like you've exhausted the information you're going to find in here.
I'll find a chair.
Okay.
And I'll keep reading until I drop off.
You wake early on Tuesday, the 17th of March, 25, and you're all quite stiff after sleeping, uncomfortable surroundings, but you feel a lot better than you did after your mammoth research fest. It's about just gone 6. It's all quiet in the museum, and then obviously there's nobody here. There's not even any employees here yet. What's your plan?
Did you find anything, Lucky?
Yeah, I'll recount back what I discovered. So, I'm thinking we got two choices. We go in quiet, like I mentioned before, or we go and talk to the Nazir. Because if, as you suggested, if they are actual guardians of the girdle, he'll be in on it, and he may be willing to speak to us if we tell him what we know.
You
If we
think if
talk-
anyone's going to be guarding an artifact like that, a group of Islamic scholars may be likely candidates.
Well, exactly.
I don't
I
think
mean,
it's sensible for us to be just breaking straight in. Or maybe we should speak to him.
well, he's going to be aware of the stories, isn't he? We could start with a line that it's an archaeological investigation, and then
academic research.
exactly, particularly from the museum, maybe we could use your credentials, Wilfred, for that. And then, depending on what his response is like, we provide him with a little bit more meat to the story.
Could we warn him that we're aware that there are forces watching the hospital?
Well, I'd suggest that when we go in initially, just that it's a common or garden archaeological investigation, and then based on his reaction, we then feed him a bit more. Because it's possible he knows nothing, and if he knows nothing, then there's no reason to scare the old fella.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, so I think it would be wise for Wilfred and yourself, Jacob, to lead it as our resident archaeological experts.
Is that all right, Wilfred?
Absolutely. If I need
Jacob?
Yes. Well, let's see if we can get an audience with the Nazir.
Okay, so you get some breakfast from some street vendors, and then you're gonna head by taxi to the southeast part of the city towards the Mosque of Ibn Tulun. Okay, you arrive early in the morning. The Cairo sun is excuse me. The Cairo sun is hot, even at this early hour, across the winding alleys of Sayyida Zainab. The city feels quieter here, less hurried, more contemplative. The scent of jasmine drifts from unseen courtyards, mingling with dust and distant cooking fires. As you turn the final corner, the spiral minaret of the Mosque of Ibn Tulun rises before you, its silhouette noble and strange against the light. The mosque's outer walls are worn but dignified, their abyssid geometry softened by time. Ivy curls along the base, and the stucco bears the gentle scars of centuries. A brass plaque beside the gate reads Ibn Tulun Hospital in Arabic, English and French. The lettering is careful, almost reverent. Underneath there is another sign, Beit al-Ruh, House of the Soul. The gate's open, and the courtyard is open, so you're just going to go through into the courtyard?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. You step through the gate into the courtyard. The courtyard is open to the sky, and though the central fountain is dry, you see that someone has placed a small bundle of wild flowers in its basin. The arches surrounding you seem to lean inward, not oppressively but protectively, as if the building itself seeks to shelter those within it. A nurse moves gently between patients seated on benches, offering water and soft words in Arabic and French. Her voice is low and melodic, like a lullaby. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go over to one of the nurses.
Okay,
Good
you can only
morning.
see one at the moment. She turns, looks at you and smiles, and says, "Good morning." You see that she sounds English. How may I help you today?
I'm surprised to hear an English accent here.
Oh, there are a lot of us. We haven't completely abandoned Egypt, you know.
I won't detain you for long. We were hoping to see the Nazir.
It's not that easy, I'm afraid. He's a busy man. You'll probably have to make an appointment and wait a few weeks.
Oh, that is a disappointment. Is he here?
What is it that you wanted to talk to the Nazir about?
Well, the history of the hospital.
Are you tourists?
Academics.
He isn't a big fan, I'm afraid. He's a busy man, and as you can appreciate, he gets a lot of tourists, academics, archaeologists, whatever you want to call yourselves. He's a man of medicine, I think you may struggle to get an audience with them. Have you been to the Egyptian Museum? A lot of
We
the
have.
information you seek may be there.
We have, but this particular information we hope will come from the hospital here. I am from the Egyptian Museum myself. I work there. I am an academic.
She looks a bit confused. I see. So, but we are just a hospital. We look after those poor, troubled souls who struggle on their own. So, how would we be able to help you if you work at the museum? I don't understand.
Well, it's the history of the hospital that we're interested in. Its former function as a mosque.
Can you make a charm roll, please?
That is a success, an ordinary success.
Okay. She looks at you and says, kind of glances up at you and says, "Well, maybe I could have a word and see whether he could spare you 5 minutes. I do really like your accent. I really like your accent, by the way. Where are you from?"
Boston, the in the States.
What? And why are you over here then?
Oh, far from home. As I say, academic interests take us to this rich part of the world. So,
Never been to the United States. Would love to go.
oh, you should go. Boston in the autumn or the fall is beautiful.
If you follow me, I'll see what I can do for you.
Thank you.
Are those with you? She says, like nodding at Lucky and Bert.
Oh, they
Kind
are.
of
Yes.
standing back a bit.
Those?
Pardon?
Sorry, I was just offended.
Okay. She looks a little bit kind of uncertain when you say that, but they're with you as well.
Oh, don't worry about them. We, as I say, we're academics. Head in the clouds. Sometimes we need a little bit of protection and local knowledge.
Protection. I see. Yes. She
Don't mind me, love, I'm local.
Yeah, you do have a slightly different look, you and Bert, to Jacob and Wilfred. Okay. So you follow the nurse. She takes you out of the courtyard into the prayer hall. The transformation is quiet and respectful. We see that beds line the walls, spaced with care. Each holds a person, some silent, some murmuring, but others shout out and shriek, which initially is quite alarming. But you become used to it. As you pass various doors, you can hear shrieking, shouting, and sometimes even thumping on the doors coming from some, but others are quiet. You kind of glance in, you can see one man sitting cross-legged on his bed alone, with a book by his side. Another one staring longingly at what looks to be some sort of photograph. But as I said, others seem more troubled. The mihrab, which is the place for prayer in the original mosque, remains the alcove remains untouched, and it is here that she takes you to. Please, can you wait here? The Nazir's office is beyond here. I need to make sure that he's happy to see you before I allow you to any further.
Of course.
She points to a bench and she says, "Take a seat there."
I head over and sit down.
I'll and do the same.
Okay.
While she's gone, I'll take a look around the building and the architecture. Are there any mosaics, any pictures, any plaques on the wall?
Yeah, you have a look around. No, the walls are actually quite plain. They have been whitened inside as well. So it has a kind of quite a sterile feel about it inside, even though it's peaceful. But there isn't really much of interest from an architectural perspective, other than the actual original kind of construction of the walls, which is pretty standard for a mosque. But anything that could be like defaced or played about with has been removed.
Yeah. Anything interesting has been
taken away. Yeah.
Sanitized.
Correct. Okay, the door opens and the nurse comes back out and she says, the Nazir will see you, but he is busy at the moment. He's asked if you could return within an hour."
Of course. Can we wait, or would you rather we came back?
It's up to you. If you wish to wait, that's fine. But please do not. You cannot go any further than here. And
Right.
But perhaps we'll return. We don't want to be under your feet. I know you've got work to do.
Well, unfortunately, there are poor souls here that may be unnerved by the presence of strangers. So it may be best if you come back.
We'll do that. We'll find our own way out. I'm sure you're very busy, and thank you so much for your help. It's been invaluable.
I think I better escort you out. She said, I think I'm already in trouble.
Well, thank you.
She leads you back to the courtyard. So I'm on duty all morning. So when you return, just come and find me, and I'll take you to him.
Right. Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
When we leave, are people watching?
Yeah, can
outside?
everybody make a roll for me, please? A spot hidden roll, I will tell you.
That's a fail for Jacob.
I'd say hard success for me.
Normal success for Wilf.
I can't even see the hospital. With my 96.
So we've got one hard success, yeah?
Yeah.
Oop. I can't spell. Okay.
Heads down. Heads down, lads. We're being watched. Keep walking.
Okay. You walk out of the courtyard, and then you're now outside the walls, which kind of shield you from said observation.
Up over there in that tower, someone's watching. Using binoculars.
Is the tower outside the mosque? It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're looking into the courtyard.
Do you think they're just watching the mosque, or do you think they're watching us?
Well, they've been watching the mosque anyway, but they've no doubt spotted us now as well. So they know we're interested. So we need to be careful, get our business done as soon as possible.
You want to go and question the Watcher? Question him.
Nothing to be gained by that other than starting a fight. We don't want. We know who they are. They know who we are. No harm.
Anyway, we need to see the Nazir in an hour, don't we? So that's
exactly.
Be
Let's find ourselves somewhere safe to wait. Let's find a cafe with good lines of sight.
Yeah.
So you're going to try and find yourself a cafe quite near the mosque, so you can still see it.
Yeah. I want another coffee. I'm feeling a bit jaded from last night.
Okay. You spend just less than an hour at the cafe. As I said previously, it's quite a quiet area here, so you don't get the normal hubbub that you get further north in the old city. It's right on the kind of outskirts of the old city, near the City of the Dead. But it's still relatively busy. But the 3/4 of an hour or so passes pretty quickly. You don't see anything suspicious, and presently, before you know it, you're back. You're just going to go straight back into the way you came before, and then find the nurse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jacob, she seems pleased to see you again.
Good morning again.
Hello. That was a quick hour, wasn't it?
It was. Time flies.
Follow me then. Hopefully the Nazir will be able to see you. I apologise for making you wait so long, but
I'm sure he's a very, very busy man, so we're very grateful once again for you helping us.
You might only have a few minutes.
That's fine.
Choose your questions carefully. Okay, she says, please, again, wait here. She points to the bench, goes through the door, and then presently you are ushered into a modest office tucked behind the mihrab. Its high ceilings and faded mosaics are a quiet reminder of the building's sacred past. The air smells faintly of ink, old paper, and rose water. A single fan turns lazily overhead, stirring the heat but not dispelling it. Nazir Ahmed al-Zahabi stands. He stands as you enter. He's a tall man in his late 50s. He's dressed in a tailored linen suit that speaks of Cairo's old intellectual class. His posture is rigid, his expression unreadable. A pair of wire-rimmed glasses rest on the bridge of his nose, and his eyes, sharp, dark and tired, regard you with the kind of scrutiny reserved for bureaucrats and surgeons. I do not have time for tourists chasing ghosts, nor adventurers playing at mystery. This is a place of suffering, not spectacle. You have 5 minutes. Why are you here?
Well, I'll get right to it. So your hospital is being watched.
Do you mean?
I mean just that. Your hospital is being watched.
And you have come here to tell me that?
I'm here to warn you. think there may be some danger.
Watched by whom?
Dark forces.
Dark forces. Please, who are you?
My name's Mr. Jacob Lockhart. This is Mr. Hassan, Mr. Leach, and Mr. Briggs. We know about the history of the hospital. We suspect that there are dark forces who are trying to find something that may be hidden here.
Dark forces. Sounds like a mumbo jumbo to me. That is the trouble with too many of you tourists here in Egypt.
Well, whether you believe it or I believe it matters little. If they believe it, they're dangerous people.
Who are these people of which you speak? Dark forces.
Members of a religious group.
Why would they be watching us here? We are but in a sanitarium.
You know the history of this place, I'm sure.
What do you mean, the history? Please, be more candid with me. You have me at a disadvantage. If you come to warn me, then please give me all the information.
As you know, some time ago this was a mosque. We believe it is the hiding place of an artifact that, as I say, dark forces are trying to locate.
Do you know who those dark forces are?
We do. Do you?
That is the question I asked you.
Let us be candid. We don't have time for this.
That is all I ask. I do not have time.
It is the Brotherhood, and they are looking for the girdle of the night that is secreted here, that perhaps you are protecting. And we believe that they are being led by Al-Shakti. And even if you do not believe what we are saying in terms of dark forces, you know that he has power in Cairo that you do not want to trifle with.
The Brotherhood. The Brotherhood. That name should not be spoken here. He walks over to the window and looks out over the courtyard. I have heard the stories, whispers from patients who should not know such things. Symbols drawn in charcoal. Names spoken in sleep. A child who recited verses in a tongue no one had taught him. You must understand, I am a man of science, of medicine. I do not entertain fantasies.
It ain't fantasy, son. I've got 2 mates in a morgue who say different.
And you've seen with your own eyes the damage that they can do to people. You've seen the impact on people's health. It matters not whether you believe it. If others believe it, it is truly dangerous.
He looks really concerned and thoughtful now. His whole demeanour has changed. If what you say is true, then you are not tourists, and this place is no longer safe.
Do you have the girdle?
You have 1 hour. After that, I will deny ever meeting you. Follow me.
Wow.
Okay.
He doesn't speak to you again until you're outside.
I would direct him to his view to the tower and say, stay out of view of there. That's where they're watching you from.
Well, you go down. You go down to the bottom floor of the mosque, and actually doesn't go back into the courtyard. He goes He goes out of the other side, and he walks across the road. His pace is brisk. His posture is stiff with purpose. You follow him across a narrow street, past shuttered shops and a fruit vendor packing up for the night. Opening up for them. His private office is tucked away behind a faded wooden door beneath a crumbling archway across the road from the mosque. He unlocks it with a brass key and ushers you inside. Inside the room is dim and cool. Books line the walls, medical texts, histories, a few volumes in French and Arabic with cracked spines, and handwritten notes on their margins. Just as fuel to sit. This is not a conversation I will have in the mosque. Too many ears. You wish to talk about the Brotherhood? We will do so. You must understand what it means. So tell me everything. What do you know?
Thanks for joining us. Much to digest there. A bit of an old school library use sort of a session. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll see you next time for episode 51.